Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, here's the thing. I really don't know at the end of the day who actually was behind Tupac getting killed. I'm going based off of my original theory that Tupac was killed by that guy that he fought the night that he got shot and stuff. And so to explain that, I feel like, some people might not overall know about the Tupac situation on the night that he got shot. So he didn't die that night. He ended up dying, I think it was either 6 days or a week later or something like that. But anyways, so the night that he was shot the second time in his life, because he was shot the first time, but no, there was the second time, which was in 96, which was, the year that he died. But anyways, so that night he was at Mike Tyson fight. I believe he was alerted that there was a gang member that one of his people in Death Row Records that they had issues with. I think they were saying that he snatched one of the Death Row members' chains. So they alerted Tupac, told him that the guy was there, standing, I guess just standing there, just looking and stuff. And unless I see different videos, which I don't think no different videos exist, I really don't know whether he was just standing there or if he was walking around, but I do find it odd if he's just standing there and he ain't doing nothing. That's a little odd to me, and I feel like that might have something to do with the recent allegations, but they're allegations. I ain't gonna say it's the truth. It's allegations. But anyways, so the guy's standing in the middle of it. Was because it took place in Vegas, so he's standing in the middle of one of the not lobbies, but the casino area of one of the hotels or wherever they were at. But anyways, Tupac walks up, punched the guy in the face. Death Row members jump him, and then they all went on about their business, and that was that. So they thought. Tupac and Suge Knight and then some other Death Row members, and I believe it was a security guard or a police officer or whichever. I think he was a police officer, but they hired him to be a security guard. But anyways, they're all driving to a club called Club 662, I believe. And then at some point in time during that drive, that's when the same gang member, because I was like, who else is it going to be? Because no, it was the uncle of that gang member. He was in the car with them. And he pretty much confirmed it, that they were all in the car. The uncle, the nephew, which was the guy that Tupac had punched in the face, and then two other associates. And so, according to the uncle, he did say that that the guy, his nephew, the one that Tupac punched in the face, he did take the gun and he shot and killed Tupac. And so, he shot Tupac. Tupac, I believe, died. It was due to the gunshot wounds, but I think it was because I think they had to remove his lung, and then he went into cardiac arrest. And then, overall, that's how that situation happened. But then you gotta ask that question. It's like, how did they know they were going to be in Vegas? I don't know if Tupac had came out and said maybe at a concert, because it wasn't like social media was a thing back then. So it's nobody didn't know, unless you've seen Tupac there. But it's how do you overall know that Tupac is going to be there? I mean, Vegas is a popular place. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were there for the Vegas fight and things, but it's or for the Mike Tyson fight. But it's fam, to me, that just don't make sense. You're at the same area. And so these were the allegations that just recently came up. And that's why it's if they do find some information, I'm saying these allegations might just be the truth. But so anyways, P. Diddy. All right, so actually, you know what? No, before I even talk on him and before I talk on these allegations, let me guys give you a little bit of a backstory on how these allegations, became a thing and stuff. So anyways, P. Diddy and Biggie, both Bad Boys record label, and then of course Suge Knight and Tupac, Death Row Records, they had rewind, because I feel I'm kind of jumping, going all over the place. I might should have had this stuff written down, but I think a lot of you guys are following me. So actually, let me go all the way back to the first time Tupac was shot. So he was shot and robbed. He didn't, of course, didn't die. But yes, he was robbed, and it happened at the same recording studio that Biggie was at. I believe, Biggie, he was, cause how they portrayed that in the movie, it was like, he was worried about Tupac. I think anybody would be. You see your friend bleeding and been shot up and stuff. Yeah, anybody would be worried about their friend. So, how they portrayed that in the movie, though, the Tupac movie, was that Biggie went to the hospital to go visit Tupac, but I guess like it was Tupac's wishes, or they just was all like, nah, because we really don't know at the end of the day who did it, so it's like we ain't gonna have nobody visiting Tupac. But he did try to visit him, but I guess there was like his security was like, no, that's not gonna work, that's not gonna happen. So and then shortly after that, Tupac did end up going to prison for another situation. If you guys want to look into that, you very well can. I just don't feel like that right now. It's just not the time to be talking about that situation. I would let him go into prison. But so anyways, while he was in prison, that's when Biggie had released this song called Who Shot You. Now, Tupac didn't come out with no disses. So really at the end of the day, I think, Biggie, he was saying that it was just he just released that song. It was bad timing, because I'm like, usually, on some stuff like that, you don't, like when a friend of yours was just shot and they don't know who shot them, and then you come out with a song talking about who shot you, it's like, I get, you got like a status to maintain with your music, but I feel like that there should have been something said about that. Now, maybe it was a Biggie move to release that song. Maybe it was a P. Diddy move to release that song. If it was a P. Diddy move, then I'm like, P. Diddy, it's like, but I think they did say with that first time of Tupac being shot, it was some other guy. I think the guy's name was Haitian Jack. I think that was the one that either shot Tupac or had something to do with Tupac being shot and things. But anyways, so that's how the whole East Coast West Coast beef had started, because of Tupac's first shooting, and of course, he came out with disses towards Biggie, and then at that point, it was just a massive war going on between East Coast and West Coast rappers. Now, fast forward to the night that Tupac had got shot. A lot of people at that time, they didn't know who did it. But then that security footage had came out showing that he did fight somebody the night that he got shot. So they brought that guy in for questioning. You could tell that he either had something to do with it or he did do it, because the way he was acting in the interview. My thing is this. Me being a normal person, I know I ain't have nothing to do with Tupac getting killed. But if the cops are saying that I did it, fam, I'm not gonna be up on TV smiling, talking about, I was a fan of Tupac. Oh, what you talking about? I ain't shoot Tupac. No. I'm gonna be like how I'm talking right now. That's how I'm gonna be on TV. I'm like, I don't know who started that rumor, but I ain't had, because it's like, you have to sit down and think about it. If I'm just a random person and they're accusing me, I'm like, fam, that's a bounty on my head. That is a target on my back. If I gotta do any and everything in my power to clear my name, to let people know I ain't had nothing to do with this man being shot and killed, then fam, so be it. If I gotta cooperate with the cops, if I gotta go out and find the person myself, but I'm letting people know right now, I did not have nothing to do with it. But the guy wasn't talking like me. He was being all cool about it. Like, he acting like, oh, this was nothing. Because my dad, he made a very valid point, was that if you're a gang member and you just had some rapper that's not a gang member beat you up, and it got captured all on cameras and stuff, and people are going to be talking about that, and of course he's going to be rapping about that, that's if Tupac was alive. If that was the case and things where it's like, he'll be talking about it, rapping about it and all that stuff, you're going to go out and get some retaliation. You're not going to just allow some rapper to just beat you up, and it's like you're a gang member. Like, you got jumped into this gang. Like, you got, like, when it comes to gangs, you got way more clout than a rapper, unless they came from gangs and stuff. But if they haven't, which Tupac wasn't in no gang and stuff, he was just affiliated with some people in a gang. Yeah, it's like you're not going to, you ain't going to just let that slide. So that's why I personally believe that the guy that Tupac had fought that night, he was the shooter. But who was the motivator? Who told him? So the recent allegations that just came out was that P. Diddy had hired or paid up. So here's the thing. he said he was going to pay the guy, uncle that had that was the he was the uncle of the shooter and stuff. I guess they either was talking to each other or was talking to a third party. But P. Diddy, I guess, allegedly, I ain't gonna say it was the truth, but allegedly has said that he would pay any amount to have Suge Knight killed. So Suge Knight was in the car with Tupac and stuff. I don't know why, because it's like there's so many different names. I'm not trying to mess around and say the wrong name and stuff. So anyways, but yeah, Suge Knight was in the car with Tupac. I think he was grazed in the head, or a fragment had hit him in the head, one of the two. But anyways, but yeah, he was in the car. He didn't get shot. He just got grazed. Yeah, I guess like I don't think he was the intended target, but that leads me into thinking, why was that guy just standing around looking, like how they portrayed it? Because it's like when you see documentaries, when you see movies, when you hear, well, not so much as like with stories, because I don't think the only people that like really be talking about that guy that Tupac fought that night is the guy's uncle. His name is Keefe D. So anyways, he's the only one that really be talking about his nephew. Other than that, you don't really hear nobody else talking about the nephew and stuff. I can't even think of Orlando Anderson. I think that was the guy's name. But anyways, but it's like, why was he there though? Like, and so it's like, do you get word around? Like, was somebody watching? Did somebody infiltrate Death Row Records? And you know, they was like, they called and it was all like, hey, they had this hotel, and or they're watching the Mike Tyson fight or something, or it's like, did they like who like, and maybe it was just somebody that just seen them and then they called and was all like, yeah, you know, they out here or they heading out there and stuff. But it's like it's just something where it don't make sense, you know. So it's like, I don't want to say that P. Diddy did have something to do with it, but it's like at the same time, it's like you gotta think about it. If these guys are threatening, I'm pretty sure P. Diddy probably was getting some death threats, and these guys was threatening him, and he's like, okay, I can't have that type of pressure on me. I gotta do something about this. So it's like, if he was behind Tupac getting killed, fam, I'm telling you, P. Diddy, his career is cooked. Like, there is no way possible. He already can't come back from this situation with Cassie, the singer that he was in a relationship with. He can't come back from that situation. And then with all these other allegations, it's like, yeah, it only makes sense for somebody that, you know, they start up these allegations, because it's like, you was literally the co-star of this beef between Tupac and Biggie in East Coast and West Coast. You was literally right there when all that stuff was happening. And I'm pretty sure there was probably a lot of people that did not like you. And then if they're hearing weird stuff about you and all these other things, like, yeah, like that's why I think, like, yeah, these allegations, people are coming out and saying it and stuff. But man, I'm telling you, like, if what they're saying is true, that Biggie, or not Biggie, but P. Diddy has something to do with this, yeah, like I said, he's pretty much done for. Now, TMZ, they did post this story, and they updated it like maybe a couple of hours ago, saying law enforcement sources tell TMZ Diddy was never a suspect in the Tupac murder investigation, and that remains true today. In other words, it's clear cops weren't buying what Keefe D was selling about Puff and didn't deem his claim as credible. But see, and that's the thing though, where it's like, it ain't like how it is today, where it's like, yeah, you can't, unless maybe they did, but it's like, that's the thing though, did they get phone records? It's like, did they, you know, because it's like back then, you had pay phones, you had like them Saved by the Bell, like them type of phones and stuff. Like, you didn't have like social media, the internet, because like comparing a case you know, to like, I guess in more modern times and stuff, XXXTentacion, when he was shot and killed, and people at the end of the day, they didn't know who shot and killed him, but they found those guys on camera. Back then, they didn't have, like, no cameras, and yeah, probably all they would have just seen is the guys, the uncle, and then the other people that was in the car, including the shooter, talking on Tupac's case and stuff. But it's like, they had, phone records, they had cameras, they literally had witnesses, they had I think they did have a witness that seen who Tupac's killers were. But he ended up getting shot and killed within that same year, because I think, yeah, Tupac, he was shot and killed in September, and the only witness that they had, he was shot and killed, I believe, in November. So, but it wasn't like nobody like went out of their way to shoot and kill him. I think it was like an accidental shooting or something. So it wasn't like it was like Biggie, or not Biggie, but P Diddy or somebody had something to do with his shooting. I think, yeah, they said it was like an accidental shooting, and or not even. I don't even think it was accidental. I think it was somebody had shot and killed him. I think out of an argument, they was like, they got like manslaughter, but they knew who did it, but it wasn't somebody that was affiliated with P Diddy and stuff. So, but yeah, man, it's like with this whole situation, it's crazy how it's like it's been, like it's been like almost 28 years since Tupac has been killed, and it's like it still gets talked about till this day and stuff. And so yeah, it's just, man, I'm telling you, it's a crazy thing. But yeah, like I said, if P Diddy has something to do with this, man, I'm telling you, his career is cooked. Like, there ain't no possible way he can come back from this. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.